If you have a great idea that could change lives and change eternities, what steps are you taking right now to help God breathe life into that idea? Hi, I'm Natalie. This is the Ezra Project. Great ideas are exciting, and they usually come from people who have passion and who notice that there's a problem in their area of interest. And because they're usually talented and smart people, they can see strategies or practices that are not only doable and practical, but world-changing if only they could be implemented. Problem is with most great ideas is that they're stillborn. They never receive the breath of life that comes only through hard work. Frankly, it's easy to talk about ideas. It's easy to get ideas. It's hard work to bring them to life. When I was doing youth ministry, I remember once sitting down with a great teen who had this awesome idea to have an all-girls retreat out on the Oregon coast. And I agreed with them. That would be an awesome retreat. Problem is that I was already working 5 to 7 events a week in the ministry, in addition to quite a few part-time jobs on the side. I knew that I was tapped out on time, but this kid had leadership potential, and I told them, I will do everything I can to support you in making this retreat come to life, but you're the one who's going to have to do the footwork in order to make it happen. And so this teen's so pumped, so excited, they sit down and they start thinking about all the things that they need to do to make this retreat happen. Who are they going to recruit to volunteer? Where's the food going to come from? How are we going to fundraise? What about the transportation? Who's going to give the talks? How are we going to get a priest down there for prayer adoration? Where are we even staying? The list went on and on and on. After about an hour of brainstorming, the team began to realize the reality of the hard work that goes into retreats, and they decided that they didn't want to do it. The retreat never happened, in spite of being an excellent idea. That early death happens to a lot of good ideas, because ideas are exciting in theory, but as soon as you confront the looming and boring hard work that it will take in order to breathe life into that idea, that's when most ideas die. They are stillborn because the breath of life that comes through hard work was never breathed into them. So if you have a great idea that could legitimately change the world, change lives, and change eternities, how do you make sure that it doesn't die? Here are 5 things to do. 1, pray. And if you follow these training vlogs, you know that this is pretty much the first step I always recommend. But because we tend to forget it, it's easy to push to the side. But when you have an idea, you need to go to Jesus and ask him, is this your idea or is it my idea? Because if this idea is going to come to life, there's going to be an enormous amount of your time, resources, money, and energy that is going to need to go into making it happen. And it's not worth it if it's not of God. But if it is of God, if it is his will, then it is worth making any sacrifice in order to make that idea come to life. So go pray and ask him what his will is. 2, get started today. If you have a great idea, start working on it today. And it doesn't really matter where you start when you're in the extreme beginning stages. Yes, there are some things that might end up being more important than others down the road. But what you need to do is just start moving. You can't move a parked bus. No matter how slowly you're going, start going. Maybe you start doing research. Maybe you are actually writing out a program. Maybe you're starting to recruit a team of people, tossing out the idea and seeing what the response is. Maybe you start looking into how you're going to fund this idea. Start taking a step, no matter what step it is, so that that breath of life can start being breathed into that idea. Number 3, know right off the bat that probably nobody is going to work as hard as you are in order to bring this idea to life. You might have friends or your spouse or coworkers say, that's a great idea, go for it. They might support you, they might encourage you, but most of that hard work, especially in the beginning, is going to come down to you. And don't be disappointed by that. People are busy. God has given them a lot of ideas and passions and excitement and enthusiasm. Don't go around feeling disappointed because people aren't working as hard as you are in order to bring this idea to life. Eventually, you might even find somebody who will work harder on this ministry than you because they have experienced in a personal and intimate way how their life changed because of this ministry. But be prepared to bear the brunt of the hard work yourself. 4, search out constructive criticism. Find people who are holier and smarter than you and ask them to tear this idea down to itty bitty little pieces. You cannot build a ministry based on your pride or your ego, and you need to offer this idea to other people because when they tear it down, they can help you build it back up so that it is stronger and that it becomes more effective. This is a painful process. It really hurts. It's also very important. Search out constructive criticism so that the ministry can get better. 5, dream. Allow yourself to get excited about this amazing idea, because when the hard work comes, you are going to get bored. You are going to get discouraged. And frankly, you're going to start getting people who will start telling you that you're crazy. They might even accuse you of being arrogant, selfish, and self-serving, for who are you to think that you could start a ministry? And they will definitely nitpick and try to tear down the idea. It's not an if, it's a when that is going to happen. And frankly, those kind of people don't change the world. But you might just be the person who will change the world. So go dream, and dream with God. Dream about how the world will look different because of this beautiful idea that He has placed on your heart. It's worth getting excited about. If you have a great idea, share it below or contact us here at the Ezra Project, because we get really pumped about people who have beautiful ideas to change the world, and we want to support and encourage you and pray for you. The church needs more people who are trying. So thank you for even thinking that you want to try. Like us on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube. I'll see you next week.